Hey everybody, welcome back to the C.S. Joseph podcast. I'm your host, Samuel Nicodemus. Today I am presenting this acolyte question for you guys. What is the silver pair relationship? The silver pair relationship is one of 8 sexually compatible relationships. Sexual compatibility doesn't necessarily have to be about sex, but now let's face it, this is why we're here. But the sexual compatible relationships are based on perception functions complementing each other. Like me as an introvert sensor, I want to get an experience, and extrovert sensors want to give an experience. These extrovert sensors are my 8 compatible types. Or for every variant of extrovert sensing, there are 8 different versions of them, and I'm sexually compatible with them. And if you're an extrovert sensor, then you're compatible with the 8 introvert sensors. Out of the 8 sexual compatible relationships a person can have, there are 4 of them that CSJ recommends for the long term. One of them being the silver pair. The other 3 are the golden pair, the bronze pair, and the pedagogue pair. He brings up those ones more often these days, but the silver is still a very strong contender. And actually, if anything else, it is only good for the long term. There's no fling relationship to that. It's just not a thing. It will not work well. No one-night stands for these people. You've been warned, okay? Okay. But the silver pair relationship is based on respect. That is why it's really not a fling relationship. It's you guys go for a long time. I don't think long time necessarily has to be for life, but it's got to be serious. Let's put it that way. Before I explain what it means to have respect within the silver pair relationship, I just want to take a moment to say, if you ever wanted your questions to be YouTube videos or podcast episodes, I recommend looking into the Acolyte membership within the C.S. Joseph community. If you go to https://csjoseph.live/members, you get yourself a Journeyman's membership, upgrade that to an Acolyte, and you're eligible to ask questions once a month. That can become YouTube videos or podcast episodes. And hey, if you're a Journey member already, like myself, just click on the Acolyte membership and you can upgrade from there. Now, what does the silver pair have to do with respect? Well, generally people that are interested in their silver pairs have been disrespected for most of their life. Generally it could be like, you have an interest in something like that and your parents are like, no. Or you probably like potentially bullied at school and you're just like, I just want to be respected. And generally that's what draws these two together. They want respect from one another. So what does it mean for these types to have respect for each other? Like, what's the cognitive accuracies doing in that? Well, it's the pessimistic functions being in awe of the hero functions and being like, you do you, hero. I mean, unless the hero is flying around the city and burning buildings, they'll tie it back. But for the most part, they'll let the hero fly around and the hero's like, thanks. And similar idea for the child. In my life, I dated an ISTP woman in like 8th grade, maybe it was 7th, and I also had like a 5th grade relationship with an extrovert sensing optimistic woman, but I'm not sure beyond that. I just know she initiated the relationship, and I'm like, okay, cool, girlfriend. I guess I need one of those. But I do have a silver pair in my life, and that is my best friend Kyle. I typed Kyle as an INTJ. He is definitely pragmatic, and I think he has extrovert sensing inferior. But what it kind of means for the pessimistic functions to look up to the optimistic is that his TE looks up to my TI, my NE looks up to his NI, his SE looks up to my SI, and my FE looks up to his FI. I'll start up from the top, going down to the bottom. He's a NI hero, and I'm an extrovert intuition parent, and he wants stuff. And, he has, like, the stuff that he wants to do, and my extrovert intuition's like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, we could do that. Like, recently, like 3 months ago, maybe it wasn't that recent, but we decided, or he presented the idea of, like, he wanted to play a game called Nightfall, where it is a multiplayer game about knights with guns, and your goal is to be the last 2 survivors so you can marry each other. And it's a very odd $8 indie game, but, he wanted to play it, and I was like, that's definitely a possibility. And it was a really good experience. I had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. And he with his TE parent, like, we enjoy games. I don't know if that was obvious or not, but when Zelda Tears of the Kingdom gets trailers released, the sequel to Breath of the Wild, he will go through videos and watch theories and stuff like that, and he'll just gather all this information with his TE, getting a bunch of input, and he'll give me input, and my TI hero will, like, say what I think, and he likes the stuff that I say, and I'm like, this is nice. These are cool conversations we're having. And I would also say, on the other end of TI hero, he loves my problem-solving abilities. Like, anytime he has, like, technology problems, I'm the first guy he goes to. Like, he was trying to do live streams. You know, he couldn't get the software to work, so, you know, I helped him out. And similar thing when he got his drawing tablet. He couldn't get the drivers to work, so, you know, the pen wouldn't register the tablet so he could draw, so I gave him a hand with that, and he was, you know, very much like, thank you, Mr. Hero. And I was like, no problem, citizens. I think we also have a bit more in awe of each otherness from our more lower level functions. Like, INPs kind of have like the stray cat mentality when it comes to friendships, where they kind of show up once every 3, 4, 5 months. And, you know, it's like, oh my gosh, the stray cat's back. This is great, let's catch up. And quite frankly, all we really only do is catch up. But, you know, that's okay, because that's just the relationship we have. You know, he respects that I am doing my own projects, and, you know, I respect he's doing his thing. He's usually playing on Discord with his PlayStation friends, playing CSGO and other first-person shooter games. And, you know, sometimes I join him, he invites me, and it's kind of fun. But for the most part, I'm just doing my own thing, and he's doing his own thing. And we get together every once in a while. Like, we're actually going to hang out tomorrow. But even with the scarcity of our friendship and hanging out, he still paints me as his best friend. And I always found that kind of odd, because, you know, he'll hang out with the other people on his Discord for, you know, like 3 times a week, and I'm just like, why am I your best friend, man? And he's just like, you've been my friend the longest. And it's an odd thing for me to think about, but, you know, that's just kind of how extrovert sensing goes, that it values loyalty. It values that I've been around for multiple stages of his life. We were friends since 7th grade. And, you know, that's really awesome, and quite frankly, I'd have a hard time saying I was best friends with anyone else. You know, like, I hang out on the CS Joseph Discord a lot. Go to that if you haven't yet. And, you know, like, I don't know if these people are real, but, you know, I really do enjoy my real life friends. I value his introverted feeling as an extroverted feeling inferior. You know, I'm very nervous about social norms and trying to make sure I comply with them, but, you know, it's amazing, like, the kindness that can come out from an introvert feeler. Like, you know, like, they aren't concerned what's, like, socially acceptable. They just kind of do what feels right, and, you know, that can be bad sometimes, but, man, when it's good. Like, I remember it being his birthday in 7th grade, and, you know, I wished him a happy birthday, and I don't remember if I got him a gift or not, but he really wanted to give me something, and it was an odd thing. You know, like, the social norms, literally, I give you something, not you give me something. And, you know, he gave me a copy of Pokemon Black on the DS, and it's a really good game, by the way. I think it's one of the peak Pokemon games, especially in story, but, you know, I was just like, dude, this is really awesome, like, why? And he was like, I just like giving, and, you know, it's my birthday, and I want to give. And I was just like, dude, it's one of my most valued games that I own. You know, like, during college, like, or early stages of college, I couldn't get a loan, so I, like, really needed to pay for the first semester. And, you know, I sold off a good number of games. I basically sold off all my Pokemon games except for Pokemon Black. And, you know, and I never will. I mean, I got most of the Pokemon games back, don't get me wrong, but, you know. This copy is far more valuable than every other copy. Period. But yeah, that's just me with my silver pair. There's, multiple combinations of, the silver pair is like if you're an INFJ, you're going to have an INFP. Silver pair, ESFJ, ESFP. And they have similar dynamics where the parent function is admiring the hero and the inferior is admiring the child. And that's just how that relationship works. And it's just like, you do you, I respect it. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you're considering the Acolyte membership, you know where to go. And I'll be seeing you guys on the Discord. Take care.